There's a lot going on with Crossfire Sierra Squad. We've already gotten 3 trailers, and there is a lot actually in these trailers that I kind of want to break down, like snipers, grenades, and even flash shields. So that being said, let's go ahead and go over some things that you may have missed in the Crossfire Sierra Squad trailers. So right off the bat, you'll see right here that there is some destructible items in the environment like windows and water containers. Now, for me, I think that there's going to be a lot more destruction. However, I definitely wanted to point out that I believe more than likely, rather than just barrels, that we will probably have bullet penetration just based on that small amount of destructible environment. Now, if you listen closely, you'll hear that this sniper holds his breath. This is something kind of like Into the Radius, where you're able to hold your breath when you're aiming down a sniper scope or a rifle. This just makes it easier for people with maybe not such steady hands to be able to snipe, where it actually slows down the tracking of the remotes. And you'll also notice on this last scope that it is pretty foggy. It's like a snowstorm, and he has an infrared scope. Super cool. Very rare to see infrared scopes, at least in my eyes. So I'm definitely glad the Sierra Squad is having some sort of variant to these sniper scopes. Another cool mechanic is the blinking grenades. I think personally that the grenade indicator is very helpful in VR, just because there's a lot going on here. You may miss a grenade being thrown, and the ability to actually see this grenade with ease and be able to then throw it back is an awesome addition, and I didn't notice that the first time that I watched this. Now, I'm not 100% what this is on this player's back. Obviously, there's a weapon, we know that, but to the left of that weapon, circled here, is some sort of piece of equipment. I don't know if this is a portable radar or a trophy system or what it is, but it definitely looks like something that more than likely is going to come in much bigger handy in the 4-player co-op mode, where you have to kind of defend an area, kind of like Fire Team. So definitely interested to see a little bit more about this. I just wanted to point that out. I did not notice this until I really slowed down this footage. Now, this is a BTR. This seems to be some sort of boss. I'm not sure how we're going to necessarily be able to take this thing out, but I do think we're going to have bosses throughout this campaign, whether that be in the single-player campaign or the multiplayer campaign. That being said, so far I believe we have seen 2. We're going to go ahead and look at the Juggernaut boss now. So the Juggernaut boss does look like at least one variant of him comes out of a helicopter here, and for me, I think that's fine. You can see that he has a minigun, but there's another Juggernaut here, and I think that we're going to have different variants throughout, or it's going to be more akin to Mr. X or any form of the constantly stalking characters in Resident Evil, where we're kind of progressing through the missions or a level, and we have just this big hulking enemy that's just constantly coming after us. Now, this is a flash shield. I very rarely see any of this, and be careful, we are going to play this clip, so you're going to have a lot of flashing lights, but the flash shield is so rare to see for me in FPS games as an FPS main, whether that be VR or flat screen, that I'm glad that it is something that is unique enough that I can be excited about it being added to any sort of FPS, just because, again, of how rare it is. Now, I am going to play this clip definitely a few times just so you can see it, but if you look in the top right of your screen, you'll see a flashing, and that flashing is indicating that you're about to be shot with an RPG. This really, to me, gives me those Time Crisis vibes of, hey, you're about to get shot with something hard hitting, so make sure you're watching out. I noticed that there was blinking, but I did not know what it was, and it appears that, yes, in fact, it is an RPG. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is the lasers on these drones and these snipers here. I think that this is definitely a great indicator, and I do see this in a lot of older games on like PS3, PS2, when there were very long-ranged enemies that you might have not necessarily known were aiming at you, or maybe you couldn't really locate them. And I think overall that this is a welcome addition, but I do hope that on the harder difficulties, these are not necessarily there, or maybe there's a way to turn off these indicators. We won't really know until we play it if we really need it, but they're there nonetheless. That being said, my name is Buttersomething. I want to thank everybody for watching. If you enjoyed the video, definitely make sure to leave a thumbs up. If you knew some of this stuff, or maybe I missed something, please leave a comment below. I want to know. I want to know what I missed. I'm very excited about this game. This will definitely be something that I review as soon as it comes out. Again, my name is Buttersomething. I want to thank all of you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.